Hi.
What's up?
Photoshop.
Loving the tiara.
We'll just Photoshop your face on there.
Let's all pretend we're in Scranton, shall we?
Yeah. So I'm gonna kick it off. Then we're gonna go out to them. But the office continues to kind of evolve and take on new audiences and find new audiences with every generation. And I think certainly in the pandemic era, it really was there for a lot of us in a way that we really needed and didn't expect. To the point that a lot of us were kind of like wishing that we could just exist in a boring office environment. And these were our friends, and you guys were our family in a way. What is it like for you, since the show ended, to see it take on almost a bigger fandom?
Dude, it totally blows. I get stopped all the time. People buy me drinks. It sucks.
I'm sure people buy you a lot of drinks.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We appreciate the attention, the accolades. It's been great. We didn't anticipate anything like COVID, who did? And we did not dream that the show would take off the way it did, but because of the pandemic and people being at home and wanting something of quality to watch. That's us, we're quality.
Yeah. Yeah. And what do you mean?
Hi.
Hi, huge fan. If you could play another character in the show, who would that be?
I can't think of anybody else in the world I would rather have played than Stanley. That was just, that was the meat, the spaghetti, the sauce, the whole complete package. I had such a thrill to play that character. It was really fun.
Yeah, I actually auditioned for the part of Jan I did not get it, and thank God. No, seriously, you guys, I was in much more comfortable clothes. Let's face it.
and many more episodes.
Well, that's true. Amen. Amen, brother.
What about you?
Leslie David Baker and Kate.
What episode was the weirdest and most awkward to film for you guys?
How much time you got? Because I love being topless. Not.
Yeah, she was topless, she was bald, she had bats in her head. I mean, pick one.
All fun. No, it's great.
That one's easier, like really easy for me. I think I had a unique experience other than these two. That made no sense what I just said, but we're gonna pass by it like I didn't say something weird. The pool party episode at Robert California's house. Oh, yeah. I ended up being in the pool, this is what I was trying to say before. I was in the pool most of the episode. And what you don't know, so here's a little inside show business thing, that if you're in a pool, a normal pool for like 8 or 10 hours, even at like a normal pool temperature, you can get hypothermia. So they had the pool heated to like 96, 97 degrees. So imagine being in a pool for 8 to 10 hours with it heated at 96 or 97 degrees. It was freaking miserable. So that's mine.
My question's for Brian. I want to know how many takes it took. Hi. How many takes did it take for you to do the spill the chili pot, and how long were you on the floor rolling around in the chili?
The second part of that question, no one's ever asked me either. One take.
Wow.
That's all I ever need. That's what she said. Yeah, I don't know. There was, I've told this story before, but shocker. One take, they had a lot of things prepped to do multiple takes. They had pieces of carpet that stretched from the entryway all the way around Pam's thing to the little clump with Jim and Dwight and Michael's, a huge piece of carpet. They had 3 of those, multiple wardrobe outfits. But as I say, in all sincerity, I don't think they really had an idea of how of how to clean me, because there was just one of me, and by the end of that, my hands were kind of stained this orangey brown color. Really unfortunate. But yes, actually, in truth, the one thing that we could do once the spill happened, thankfully in one take, was I was able to roll around for a while. So, yeah, and somebody asked me about, I think the grabbing the folder was my idea and trying to scoop it back in. But at that point, we had the writers and directors, they were on set, and I think they were sort of calling out certain things and exploring slipping and all of that stuff. So that they could cut up and edit a little bit. So good question. You don't get a Dundee, but good question.
Good question.
Kate, I'm wondering, I'm so impressed with the amount of stunts you did yourself and how much you were just willing to do whatever the writers threw at you. So I was wondering if there's any stunt in particular that really like stuck with you or maybe hurt you the most. Like what did you sacrifice for your
Like getting
art
hit
the
by
most?
a car.
I have to say, like the toss-up is the planking episode where I literally was planking on top of the men's room stall, that thin little piece of metal. They just had a janky mattress on top of the toilet. I'm like, what is going? This was like, that was the scariest one.
That's
just
what you
because I was
fell
like,
on?
Wait, I'm landing on top of the toilet on a lame little cot mattress. Wait, and also, what if I go the wrong way? There was nothing there. So that was probably the scariest. But I think the most taxing was being on the car, falling off the car, because I just wasn't loose enough. And literally, Dave Rogers, who's our editor, one of the two editors, Emmy Award winning, it was his idea for that shot when Michael, the swipe in of me hitting the glass and rolling off. And so he literally pushed me so that I would roll into the glass. I just saw footage of this. I never saw it before, but like literally you can see him pushing. And then I think I did like a double roll and fell off. I'm like, why didn't you use that take? But it was really fun. I just was a little bruised like from the waist up. But that's showbiz, everybody. Champagne problem. Thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have one final question to wrap us up. So take it away, sir.
Okay, kind of a two-parter. First, mainly to Brian, what was it like playing as a successful business owner with a bar and the fact that you can do pretty much any math equation whatsoever as long as pi was involved? What was it like being the smartest person yet portrayed as not?
Yeah, I mean, at his core, right? I just totally want to bang Holly.
Nice.
And so I think that focus, that singular focus, maybe got in his way. No, I don't know. I've seen the Reddit threads that crazy people go on, and that Kevin is a secret genius that actually was embezzling for Dunder Mifflin. You guys heard all of that? Yeah. I don't think that's true. But no, he was fun. The writers definitely leaned in as the show went on. They were in love with, let's just call it Kevin's childlike sensibility.
That's good.
Which is it's great during the episode where she thinks he's mentally challenged the entire time. All right, young sir, our last question.
All right, so my question is, during the episode where a bat got loosened under Mifflin, were you guys chasing like a real bat, or was it just like, it's the nothing?
We had there was a real bat with like 5 handlers. I wish I had 5 handlers, if you know what I'm saying. We had like a motor.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
That's why we're in show business, ladies and gentlemen. And there was like a motorized thing that I had on my head. We also had a stunt double for that, but I still did it anyway. So when the trash bag was on my head, it looked like the bat was moving, but it was some mechanical thing on my head. And then I'm told that they could not get the expensive bat with 5 handlers to fly through the office just out the front door by reception. So they ended up having to do CGI. So it was like the most expensive episode with a bat ever, probably. And I think that, can we give this guy?
Well, no, here's what I think that we should do. That was a great question.
It was a great question.
I do want to ask really quick. I just had this idea.
Go ahead.
If anyone is here, you have to do this quickly because we're going to be kicked out of this room. I think they didn't fully pay the rent. They only got it to $345. If anyone here is dressed as an office character, come up front very quickly. If anyone right now is dressed as an office character. Oh, there you go.
Oh my God. R.I.P.
Wow.
Sprinkles.
Anyone is-
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
there's
Wow.
that. Anybody else?
Okay, this is incredible because you're not only dressed as an office character, you're dressed as an office character who's in costume from.
Anybody in an office costume? Okay.
I don't remember Doctor Strange in The Office.
Anybody?
Anybody
else dressed like
else?
an office?
I saw some people earlier. No?
Are you being shy? There was a Meredith, a Casual Friday Meredith. Did she get arrested? What happened? Can somebody bail her out? Okay. Nobody else?
These are good.
You guys just being shy.
I've got
Golden
a great
face.
closing question.
But you're not dressed like. Okay, no, wait. Okay, no, okay. All right. You've done this.
Why don't you stand here with your backs to us so everyone can see you? Oh, the golden face is so good.
I don't know. This is
Golden face!
Golden face!
Yes, you are golden face.
Amazing. Give them all a round of
A round
applause.
of applause. Yay!
Yeah. All right, I have one question for each of you to wrap it up. Your leading Scranton Strangler theory. Who was it? And we're going to poll the room after this.
You're an idiot. This is what we close with.
Right? Bob Vance. No.
Bob Vance?
I don't know.
I could see it. I've never heard that before.
Ben, right?
Yeah.
Kind of creepy, right? Maybe?
Creed.
Creed?
Maybe Creed.
What do you think?
Could have been somebody in the warehouse. You wouldn't
Oh,
ever suspect
interesting
anybody
theory.
from the warehouse, would you?
Here's the truth, and I hate to do this to you, but not really. We always get asked that question, and my answer is always, I don't care. But no, I mean, here's why. It was and we were just talking to Paul when we saw him a few weeks ago about this. He had to answer it. It literally was a writer's trick, because they had to get Toby out of the office so they could bring in Holly for Michael Scott to fall in love with her.
Oh.
There was no story, but everybody asks, and the writers don't even know.
Well,
That's the truth.
I always like to end on it with you guys because I like to poll the audience, and now we have Bob Vance in the mix. So here we go. Only applaud for who you think is it. Is it Toby?
Is it Creed?
Is it Dwight? Or is it Bob Vance? My vote is for Bob Vance. I like it. All right. Well, I've felt God in this panel room here tonight. Another round of applause for our office cast. Thank you, FanExpo Denver.
Thank you.
Ba, 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 la, 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 la.